Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and I just remembered I wasn't going to show you this, but hey, I'll just show you the launch. In 3, 2, 1, launch! And this is the same ship we had last time with the crazy thrust to weight that we're just going to peg atmospheric efficiency here at about 1. We need to go northwest about almost exactly 45 degrees on this launch. And this is, see, this guy's northeast, so this really doesn't mean anything as far as where to aim ourselves. So we're just going to keep this guy going up here at right about 1 of atmospheric efficiency, and I'm just going to do the whole tilt and everything. I'm not going to show it to you. I will be back when we are about to catch the asteroid, because if you want to see me try to rendezvous with the asteroid, watch the last episode where I failed. And I launched the entire wrong direction. So, oh, by the way, Interact, you had this flight. You get another flight because you didn't actually do very much. But as soon as there we go. Coming down at 6.4 meters per second. As long as we land on flat ground, which it looks like we're not going to do, even close to it. But yeah, you get to launch the next ship when we actually do this the correct way. This is why we launch early. Don't blow up. Okay, a little bit blew up, but hey, not a big deal. Okay. Okay, Interact, you are doing your job up there, but it is Soup's turn to do his maneuver node. You are in a perfect orbit waiting for the asteroid to swing around. And as I said, I've got this time alarm so that the asteroid won't do it. But in a day and 5 hours, Soup's got to do a tiny little 3 meter per second burn to intercept Gilly. So we're going to go ahead and do that. In the meantime, we're just going to do this burn, and then we're going to see what happens. Okay, it's got to be somewhat similar to being close enough. Let's see what our Gilly intercept looks like here. There we go. We got an intercept. Let's focus view on him and see if we can make this any better by just tapping the fuel. Yes, we can. I think that's perfect right there. Okay. And that is, though, not the next thing that's going to happen. The next thing to happen is actually you. So, the Flash. So we're just gonna time warp here until this guy. Then we need to actually jump to Kerbin. Set as target. Yeah, he is not quite in Kerbin's sphere of influence, which is exactly what we wanted. And then I'm gonna slowly go to it just to make sure that we don't screw anything up here. Just speeding up time a little bit at a time to make sure he's securely captured by Kerbin. He is. He has a maneuver node that will get him a close approach, so we're good. Okay, back to the Flash. Okie doke. Back to the Flash, and we're going to make Gilly your target. I guess we're not. Okay, let's just go ahead and get there. There's Eve. Gilly's catching up to us somewhere. It's always hard to find. Gilly, no. Oh, there's Gilly. And we have crossed the sphere of influence boundary, which is awesome. Now we can do our science. Okay, these things are... Yeah, what we want to do, it actually doesn't matter because we need these things to land. So let's just go ahead and do them here. We're going to do a mystery goo, material study, crew report, keep, and an EVA report. Hop back in and collect all data. Okay, one more job. And that is when we're passing Gilly here. to basically slow down to 0. And you know what? Well, it's the dark side. I don't really want to do it on the dark side. So let's go ahead and... It's 138 meter per second burn, which is basically 0. Yeah, so we're not going to need any of this fuel once we land on Gilly here. So we might as well use it to our advantage. And we're just going to point at Gilly. Actually, let's turn on chase cam. So that we're actually looking at chase. Improve chase cam off. Okay. So we're actually looking at the direction we're going. We're going to kind of aim ourselves... this way-ish. Gonna kind of land right around there. And actually, you know what? I might just do this. We've still got 4 grand of delta... Actually, we've got 1.7 grand of delta V in this guy. So eventually we're going to get to low over Gilly. Although we don't actually want low over Gilly now that I'm thinking about it, because we want landed on Gilly, because it's probably worth more. And this is the boring part of getting to Gilly, is using the physical time warp. It's one of the reasons I chose a hill. Well, we're coming in at 87 meters per second. Now we're low over Gilly, but like I said before, I don't want to use the science, because I want to get some landed on. The slope's kind of high, but it is Gilly, so it shouldn't matter. We could probably actually land on this engine, to be honest with you. And I might just do that. Okay. I gotta turn the HUD off now because it's so hard to do this. Okay, physical time warp. And we actually, I just realized we want surface. Turn off physical time warp. We now want to burn this way. And I'm opening up the gear because I am going to keep my engine. But if I leave the gear open and we fall over, it's going to be a lot easier to... let's go into auto mode. It's going to be a lot easier to... what's the word? Keep this guy from... It'll be a lot easier to disconnect and flip myself over. Although I really don't think that's a problem on Gilly. I don't think it's ever a problem on Gilly. Do I have RCS on this thing? I don't. So we're coming in at an extremely slow 4.7 meters per second. Gilly is so easy to land on. The hardest part about landing on Gilly is... well, the hardest two parts of landing on Gilly is the time it takes and the not accelerating too much to slow yourself down. It's more like docking than landing, really. That's why I put docking ports on my Kethane base back in the Bases series. And... touchdown! You never want to jump or anything on Gilly. You don't even want to walk too much. We're not really planting flags in this series, but hey. Feels so monumentous. Feels so monumentous. I hope I spelled that right. Okay, soups. Back in your thing. We are taking off and we're going to get back into Eve orbit so we can plan our route home. Where are we exactly on Gilly? If we take off straight up, we are going to be heading towards Eve. So we want to go basically east. Okay, so we're going to take off and head to the east, which is exactly the same way it is on the at Kerbal Space Center. So we're just going to do this. One thing we have to do is watch this, and we apparently have temperature scan and a crew report from here. Sure. Okay, we should probably collect all data. Transfer all science. And now we don't need these anymore. But the funny thing is we do want this. So we need to change the staging. Put all these things in the same stage. I'm going to hit F5 because that's fair. And I'm going to hit the space bar. One more time. Because we don't actually need those anymore. Because we're just coming home. So if I just burn east. Now I'm gonna get into orbit first. Yeah. Okay. Now I basically just burned to get myself out because it's so easy to do on Gilly, and I figured why fix it. Now we want to plan our return, and to do that we are going to use the window planner, the transfer window planner. We are in year 2, day 349, so we want to depart sometime in year 2, day 349. Year 3, day 291. Okay, this is the one we're going to do because it's fairly low. We've got the fuel. We might as well use it. Let's go ahead and add a maneuver node alarm, or add a raw time alarm. We'll attach it to this vessel. And then we're going to say, oh wait, it's raw time. It's actually in a date. We're going to add that alarm, and it is way down here. So it is quite a while from now. So what I'm going to do here is at our periapsis, I'm actually going to burn down just a little bit to keep us from ever interacting with Gilly again. And now it is time to actually do the arm assistant burn, and I think that'll probably end the episode here. Let's go ahead and jump to this ship. Are you excited, Interact? You actually have a burn to do that is going to capture an asteroid. We didn't screw it up this time. And it's apparently this burn right here, so that's pretty sweet. Close on alarm and unpause. We've got 218 meter per second burn. It can't be that much. Yeah, I'm going to say 20, 30 seconds. 20, probably less than 20, actually, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and get ourselves aimed in the right direction. We're going to go down to 10 seconds here. Back to map mode. We need to watch it from here. We're going to start the burn. Looks like it is less than 20 seconds, so I'm going to give it a second or two here. And then we're going to start burning again. I'm going to just delete this because we're just waiting for this guy to come around and touch this guy. As soon as that happens, we're good to go. And done. Okay, now for some thrust limiting. Get these guys nice and tight. There we go. 3.7 kilometers. I think that is darn good. Now, what are we going to need when we're here to roughly match the asteroid's velocity? We're going to need about the same, so about 20 seconds. So that's basically nothing. I do want to add a close approach. 3.2 kilometers. Let's add that alarm. That is in a day. Ah, come on. Why don't we just do it? We've been waiting so long. Okay. That's a moon. We definitely can't see the asteroid because it's too far away. We can use the HUD to figure out where it is. Let's actually do that. Let's turn the HUD on. There's our asteroid over there. It is 79 kilometers away. Are we at the point now where we could start? We are, actually. We wanna burn towards Kerbin, I believe, so that we match orbits with him. It's kind of a crazy wiggly wobbly orbit that he's got right here. So yeah, if we burn towards Kerbin, 3.3, no, it's going up. So that's bad. So let's just do it the way we know how to do it, which is get our direction vector aimed at the asteroid, which means I want to actually be up here. This guy does have solar panels on him. Yeah. As I'm using up all my things. Okay. Let's get the HUD on. Is that away from it? I don't even know. Yeah, that's towards it. We're actually moving away from it right now. Or no, we're not. We're moving towards it. Grr. This is hard. Flying spaceships is hard. Okay. I actually don't want to be going towards it too much. How far away is it now? It's 53 kilometers. I just realized we're thrust limited. There we go. Now as we head towards it, whoop. Now it's 15 kilometers. And I think we're now close enough to it that we can do this. We can get ourselves aimed this way. I'm going to turn off the HUD just because it gets really confusing. Whoa! That's what you get when you time warp. That's a big-ish asteroid. It's bigger than I thought it was. All our goal is here is to catch this thing and slow it down. To get it into orbit. That is the entire goal of this ship, is to slow this asteroid down so it's in an orbit. And then there we go. Yeah, slow it down so it's in an orbit, and then we can use another ship to come and actually move it around. That's because this guy doesn't really have the ton of meters per second left in him. But we are basically at Kerbin Periapsis. There is our target asteroid. Might as well come up on the light side of him, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. There we go. Gonna get ourselves aimed at the target. Might as well arm this thing. Oh, yeah. Interact, are you excited? You should be excited. Let's get going at him at about, say, a meter per second. Now, do we have RCS? That's a question. We do! Yay! Okay, we're basically targeting the center of mass. Looks like we're going to come in on this little pointy thing here, which doesn't bother me at all. This seems like a good time for the HUD, because we can keep ourselves aimed directly at it here. Okay, looking good, and captured. Ha ha ha! That's not that big of an asteroid. I think it's a Class A. Let's rename him. Actually, tell you what, let's not. His name is Wally. Okay, and we're basically aimed directly at the center of mass, which is awesome. Anorak, go ahead and hop out. Let's do that crazy asteroid science. I don't think I've ever actually done asteroid science, because I've never done anything in an asteroid. Take a sample. 60 science. Very nice. Okay, get back in your ship here. And now we need to turn off target mode. We need to flip this guy around. And slow him down, because we are heading towards periapsis here. Yeah, notice our meters per second. We have 400 meters per second total now, which is kind of funny. So we're just gonna turn this guy around. We're gonna burn to slow him down, so he won't leave Kerbin sphere of influence, and that shouldn't take too much. There we go. See, 34. That's all we need, and he's never gonna interact with Moon or anything, so that's good. So we're just gonna get aimed at this maneuver node here. Kind of. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, that's good enough. And let's see, it's in 7 minutes, so let's just go to it. And Interact and Kyle, together, you have teamed up and captured our first asteroid, which is awesome. Okay, now... Oh, might as well, you know what? We might as well ride this out. What do we have, actually? I need to review our data here. We have in space high over Kerbin. Yeah, so we don't actually have any more data to get. Let's ride this guy out to Apoapsis. Although, how far away is Apoapsis? It is 16 days. So actually, I'm going to set an alarm for Apoapsis, and we're going to end the episode here, even though I said we were going to end it before. We are going to set an alarm for Apoapsis. Arm assistant return, and that's going to actually happen after EDC the Flash to Gilly. What is that, though? He doesn't need to burn anymore. Oh, yeah, that's his periapsis burn. We'll do that next episode. This is it for this episode, though. Looks like Marindale is on his way home. That's probably the next major thing that's going to happen other than landing Interact. And then we got all these other things going on. So I also need to track another asteroid because we have two other ships. We've got these two ships, this one to capture and then the one to take it to Jewel. And then we have two other asteroid capture ships, which I haven't shown you yet, which is kind of the last things we're going to be launching. Then we're going to be bringing all these guys home. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed finally catching an asteroid. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.